for the 33's case, like he's just such a great Visage player, they can still make it work through one or two counters. So they go Rubik against the Jakiro. It's good against Clockwork as well. Kyle said that Jakiro is probably the hardest counter by Rubik. Like if you look at 5 to 5, like the 5 roll to the 5 roll.
Oh yeah, I can believe that.
Yeah, because you all of Jakiro's spells are only weak because of the awkward cast animations.
Rubik uses his spells better against him.
Yes, exactly. And lo and behold, imagine Leshrac stun with no cast animation. It's the same thing with Rubik. For anyone out there who does not know, if you steal anything with Rubik, no cast animation. Doesn't unless it's a channeling spell.
We saw it earlier today. In fact, Immortals MP ran at mid. Believe it or not.
Oh,
you caught that one. They ran the mid Rubik, yeah.
Oh.
It was against Alina, and it actually matched up very well, and he did very well in the early game. Now, he's not one to scale necessarily into the late game.
Yeah,
that kind of showed, yeah. But it was fun to watch now. But the point being, it was also against Jakiro, and going back to, as you were stating, very good for those reasons. Tidehunter, this is not one we see right now a lot at all.
So having a hero that actually can tank Visage is quite nice. They already banned out the Underlord. So there's limited options left because they haven't gone the split pushing route, right? So they're now going for the tank route. A little awkward, obviously, picking it into Rubik.
True.
But it's not something that is bad enough. Usually you can cover Ravage with Anchor Smash. But I have to assume they're not going to lane Visage against the Tide. I feel like they're going to pick a hero that lanes really well against Tide here. Something like a Slark, a Jug, those type of heroes.
Decent against, could you say maybe a counter to Naga Sleep, or if the Naga Sleep are trying to set up where he has this Ravage, it's hard to do.
Yeah, and you also can't lock him down, right? Because he has Kraken Shell, which is kind of nice. So that's why I like to pick a hero. I think Slark is probably the premier pick here, but I don't know if that's what they want. Just a hero that feeds off of the Kraken Shell. You can go like OD as well. Just like something that doesn't care if he takes a long drawn out fight. You have this Visage for all the team items, so you don't really need like a utility core. You just need whatever fits your lineup. So they go Huskar. I mean, that does not care about Kraken Shell. It does not remove Burning Spears.
You know about this hero?
I do. The difference is we had picked an Ember, and it was absolutely last pick Huskar. So they will have ability to pick a hard counter. I think Bloodseeker Lycan are two of the better cores against it, and so those are already removed. PL is also quite good against it. So a lot of the heroes that are already good against Huskar innately are removed.
What about like a Terrorblade?
The problem I look at this lineup, so that is the type of hero you want because of the high physical DPS and like multiple targets. But the idea I look at OpTic Gaming's lineup, right, is once Visage gets Helm Dom, plus maybe like a Medallion, and once Huskar gets like Armlet, plus even just like an Ogre Axe or like a Halberd, you're going to get ran at.
Okay.
Like you're going to get, like objectives are going to force Roche, they're going to force towers. You have to have a hero that comes online hard, like 15 minutes into the game. And I feel like Terrorblade heroes are a little bit too slow.
That's a little slow. Yeah,
that
was before you just said that. So not Terrorblade anymore.
So I'm thinking like it just has to be a hero that fights early to mid game, and there's very few that are left.
Slark for them.
That's another hero that might be too slow. Like that's what I'm saying. Like if I'm saying like Slark could be fast enough, but if he gets slowed down in the laning stage,
I have the answer.
What's the answer?
Troll Warlord.
Troll.
The 1 in 11 hero.
It can't get any worse for his win rate. I mean, the thing is, you also don't want to give it. You don't want it to be a melee hero because then that gives Huskar 2 good lane matchups.
That's good because he can be ranged too. So it's
perfect.
Did you not know that? That's how
I mean, I've only played that hero like 180, so I couldn't remember.
What else is on there?
Razor? I think Razor stands out actually as a pretty good hero.
Razor. Medusa.
Okay, Medusa. That could work. I think Medusa Tide might be like they might just ignore you, meaning like they might just try to fight 2 different places on the map.
Fair.
Maybe.
OpTic's going to 2 seconds here. Yeah, we're stuck on Storm's pick. What about OpTic? They end up going Axe and interesting. So that so who's going to be where now? So Visage safe lane maybe with 3-3.
You can run Visage any lane.
Pycat probably.
They could actually do any lane with the 2 cores on Huskar and Visage, and then Axe is going to be in the other side lane. This is all about matchups because you cannot put Tide against Huskar. He will get obliterated.
Okay.
You probably put the Mirana lane against Huskar, but you don't want to pick another hero that Huskar can lane against because if you give him like 2 good options, then it's much easier for OpTic to find the lane he wants. But if you give him only 1 good option, suddenly you're the team that just says, okay, as long as Tide's not in his lane, we're fine.
Yeah.
and we're not going to be picky about the other. I mean, I'm looking, and I don't actually.
You don't have the obvious
Queen
answer.
of Pain, maybe? Like, you know,
OD?
OD could work.
I like
The peer
Medusa or
damage is
OD.
nice.
I'm sticking with those.
Okay, I can
It gets to a
respect those
point where you
picks.
just start saying every single.
Yeah, no, I
game,
respect those. I respect those points. I feel like Queen of Pain or, what was the other hero I mentioned?
I
I don't even remember at this point.
Must not have been that good.
It wasn't.
You did not say Troll Warlord. That was me.
Maybe Tinker.
Tinker
Yeah,
against a Husker.
Yeah, the pure damage from laser.
Oh,
Isn't
okay,
bad.
there's that. Yeah.
Queen of Pain or Tinker are the two that kind of stand out to me. But Pain Gaming is going to TI.
They actually came back in that.
I can't believe they came back.
Yep. We just got word in our area, by the way.
Yeah, sorry. Sorry for the spoilers, but they were down by 4K to an IO lineup.
Yeah.
And a Drow lineup.
I thought that was going to go the way of SG from what we saw there. So Pain Gaming wins Game 5.
I mean, it's nothing against Pain Gaming. I was rooting for Stan and Fleet.
Yeah,
My old teammates, you know, obviously we aren't on the same team anymore, but no hard feelings there, and I know they're so close. It's just unfortunate. That is a hero we didn't think of as a ranged hero. Not a good matchup in lane against Huskar, meaning Huskar does not want to be in lane against you, and they have the clockwork. So he's going to have 12 souls.
Yeah.
They're going to have 12 souls at the start of the game. I like that pick a lot, actually. I like that a lot.
Okay.
That actually makes a lot of sense. You know, out of all the 20 heroes we listed, that was not on there. But that was the next one I was going to say. So
naturally, yes, both of us.
No, that makes a lot of sense. That's why sometimes, it just takes a lot of time to get there. But makes that I like that pick a lot. And they're having the Pycat Axe, something we've seen a decent amount, where he plays the off-lane type hero whenever 33 is playing like a Visage or a Broodmother type.
Yeah, like in Visage, those micro heroes.
Yeah, I personally am a fan of VGJ's draft. I think it's better.
Really? You're leaning to a Storm? So you like
I just think the Huskar's going to have a weird game. I think Huskar has been successful because he's level 10 and his opponent laner's level 6. And
because he outmatches his lane opponent, if anything. But as you're saying, against Shadow Fiend, maybe not as strong.
It's not nearly as good, no. Shadow Fiend hits way harder than you. You can't actually trade with him.
Is it enough to be like, let's send him safe lane?
You definitely do not put him mid. You try to put him against Tide at all costs. We're going to see some crazy shenanigans level 1, I'm pretty sure. Because, smoke at the beginning of a game from both teams, I believe.
Okay.
It might be a little more awkward, though, for VGJ, because they're going to be stuck in base doing the SF clockwork shenanigans, because it's not enough to have just those two heroes. You need a third hero there. So I really expect OpTic to capitalize on that. They're going to be we're going to smoke up, establish war control in one of the lanes, maybe two even. They're probably going to put, who do you put mid against the Shadow Fiend? Who doesn't just get dumpster? I feel like Visage gets dumpster too. They might have to put the Huskar mid.
Why not Marana? Oh, why don't I say?
Yeah, wrong team.
Why not Marana?
Well, it's not the right team. Is it Huskar mid?
Well, I mean, we don't know. Yeah,
it is Huskar mid. They're planning on it mid, but those theoretically he could go side lane with those items. But I mean, they know it's SF mid, so if he has mid items, they're not intending to switch. Which, I mean, Huskar against Ember is much more favored than Huskar against Shadow Fiend with 24 extra damage at the start of the game. What does he end up hitting for with that? He's going to end up hitting for
72, I think it is.
It will be exactly 72. No, it'll be exactly 72.
72,
he has a Fairy Fire in there, so. Yep, good math, sir.
All right, so a pause here coming out, obviously, but yeah, again, real quickly back on the SA finals again. Paint Gaming, first off, it's great that went 5 games. Obviously, the SA qualifiers, for lack of a better way to put it, have been quite a interesting show.
Debacle.
six days to play for 6 teams. I mean, compared to the other qualifiers, it took a little bit longer than expected. But I think the deserving teams that got to play in the grand finals, and personally, I feel like Paint Gaming was a deserving team as well to ultimately.
I mean, those two teams, in my opinion, definitely stood above the rest.
Yeah.
And also, I mean, I think those two teams are evenly matched as well, proven by the fact that they went to a Game 5. So
yeah. No, that was
I can't emphasize enough, man. You know, I just feel for my boy Stan. That guy, he's put in a lot of hard work, and that's 2 years in a row he's been 1 game off of TI. That's
got to be brutal.
I mean, yeah, I'm not trying to pity him or anything. That just sucks. It just sucks.
It does. But Paint Gaming, one more time, congratulations to them. Now, OpTic and VGJ Storm, they're trying to join Pain possibly today. One of these ultimately 3 teams in Complexity as well. That's why we're playing tiebreakers.
Odds are it will be a team from this game. Just 2 out of 3, you know.
There is the odds do favor stats-wise. Yes.
Not taking away anything from Complexity, who is my stream sponsor. You know, I've got to, go Complexity. Yeah. So Basically, in this game, I feel like they're going to struggle mid, as I mentioned with the Huskar.
Okay.
And if he does struggle, Huskar is not nearly the beast that we've been seeing in these games. We've been seeing a lot of success with Huskar, and it's been that last pick cheese. And it's not been this hero that's countered. And I believe SF, not only does SF deal well with him in the lane, but he's also a lot of mid-game physical damage, which is a problem for Huskar to deal with.
The lane's shaping up here a little bit.
Oh, I like that they're going to run at this Axe behind tower. I think they should do this.
Does he get Gush level 1 or Anchor?
I actually would be fine with either. I think Gush might be better. No, they're just going to harass a little bit. But Tide's actually swapping lane, so he's going to go against the Visage bottom, which is probably the better matchup for him.
Oh, this could be first blood, you are.
This is huge, actually.
Lift it up if they get it. The Burning Spears are up. One more auto attack, very far use. Shadow Fiend.
Oh, Peter.
He will be fine. Now PPD in tower range. He's going to be turned as a result. MSS takes first blood. It was looking so good for OpTic there, but it backfires and Storm comes out on top.
That is like, obviously not good because he died, but that might even not be that bad because SF's forced to miss a couple creeps, and Huskar gets 3 creeps off the start, which is like not expected when you have 20 base damage less than the guy you're landing against.
Yeah.
So it's not a nightmare.
But man,
OpTic,
you kill Shadow Fiend,
it's not good.
He loses the start with Clockwork.
Oh.
That would have been so big. But you're not wrong there. It's a glass half empty, half full kind of deal.
I like the fort for creep, something we're seeing more and more in the mid lane. You double up the wave, and then you just fortify.
Nope.
And because you fortify, the next creep wave's going to be under tower again, so then you're stuck farming under tower for even longer. And Huskar has 55 damage, so CSing under tower is quite difficult.
Watching some CS. In the meantime, Jakiro goes down at the top lane. Visage and Naga Siren coming together. They're looking for another one. Snare's put up. She does not have leap yet. They know there's only level 1 using the arrow. Resolution. Soul Assumption. Last auto attack comes out and gets the kill. You see that damage, man.
Are both deaths on Mirana?
No, Jakiro was the first one.
So he does have a TP back, but he's actually TPing bottom on the Mirana.
Oh.
So they want the Mirana against Axe because she's a ranged core, and then you want Tide against Visage because he has Kraken Shell against the low right click damage. And so that's what the swaps we're seeing right now.
Seeing a little bit like 2-3 months ago with the dual mid going on.
Yeah, you kind of have to do that with a hero like Huskar or SF. That matchup is so snowball-y one way or the other.
Oh. Resolution finds Pycat in the jungle. Yeah, I saw that on the blip on the mini-map. Didn't think he was going to die, though.
That is not something you expect.
Back to the middle lane. Yeah, all 3 lanes have some sort of action going on. Being a 2-2 tie as a result right now. But yeah, middle lane, Shadow Fiend 7 creep kills. You have Huskar looking at 8. 3. Are pretty even. But Resolution's having a lot of free farm now.
Yeah, that kill definitely opens up the lane for him a lot. Yeah, very necessary against the Axe.
Here, Visage.
All I know is this game's going to get out of control real quick one way or the other.
It seems like, well, yeah.
At about like 10 minutes, like 10, 12 minutes, like one lineup is going to snowball quite quickly.
Sure definitely brings that as Pycat's back in the bottom lane. Looks like we get an insight on what Pycat's thinking. The Vanguard into the Defiance early on. Tank up, and then I would think the Blink after that. You think he needs both of those first? Go to Defiance as well as the Vanguard?
Yes.
Axe.
I think he's going to go one of them only before the Blink, though.
Okay, we'll see what he chooses. Yeah, he may have the both up to just see.
Yeah, he's going to go one before the Blink and probably one after the Blink. But if he's snowballing, because those are like kind of snowbally tank items.
Top lane, 3-3's dead. Anchor Smash finished off. Snake can get a little low himself. Zai wants a response. Riptide over to Yuzo. Now Zai has to be careful not to die himself. Dual breath, that sweet animation once again.
And go for the Gush. Doesn't even need it.
Zai will fall, so ends up being 2 kills in favor of VGJ Storm. I mean, that's Tidehunter. I know we don't see him a lot right now, but Kraken Shell is a very difficult kill.
Yeah, with the Anchor Smash, like, you know, Naga's trying to finish him off with right clicks, and Anchor Smash plus Kraken, you just don't do any damage.
Back to the top. Pycat's up here now. Double Coaling Blade spin, or counter Helix spin. Anyways, gets the kill on Jakiro. So, at least he gets some revenge. Port's up top. Yoar's running down Peter Pan Dam, almost like he wants a double raise, but can't get the angle to do so. Huskar, though, 17-9. You got a 10, and we'll call it 10-7 Shadow Fiend. So Huskar's definitely winning this middle matchup now.
Yeah, sorry, all my hockeys are a little off. So currently,
meanwhile,
fixing those as I'm tuning out of the cast real quick. But Zai looks to be in trouble bottom. The Clockwork proving to be quite an effective pick against the Naga for exactly that reason. Just has a hard time dealing with the Cog battery assault. And whenever you have a 4 that deals really well with the enemy 4, it just makes it so this roaming and like clashes at the bounty runes are just much more favorable for one team, right? And you're going to see 33 being in the same issue, bottom lane, that his Naga just suffered, and he's going to go down as well underneath the tower.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he gets caught by the Cog battery assault. They are basically just waiting on the bounty rune, and because of those 2 kills, MSS on this 4-position clock goes for a bottle, which will make his effectiveness around the map much higher. But mid lane, though, I talked about how SF was this threat to snowball, but because of that early maneuver, even though it didn't work, he's actually struggling in the mid lane. Might even go down.
This is a kill, for sure.
That double 2 flaming spear, burning spears is enough. So OpTic doing exactly what they need to do. This is one of those lanes where if they didn't make that move level 1, even though it didn't work, this lane's going to be much different. Like, it look night and day to what you're seeing now.
Yeah. Start healing on up, but well played there.
37 CS on PyCat. Where are the denies, man? 38 and 0 on this X.
Spinning machine up here at the top lane, although MSS rotating around. Resolution, level 3 Star Storm, ready to go. Yeah, he's in a lot of trouble. Although, Zerker's call will help him out a little bit for now.
Might have up for the arrow, which he does.
There's the arrow land. Star Storm going to be used to get the double. Not necessarily, doesn't need it.
Nice arrow. He had to do it knowing because his clockwork got called, so he couldn't get the cogs off. It's arrow by Resolution.
Bottom. Thinking that's
tied. Yeah, he's just great chilling to get denies off. And despite the fact that Quinn on this Huskar is having a good game, the Visage is struggling, level 3, so it's going to be on the Huskar to make a lot of space in tandem with the Axe, because this Visage is going to be on recovery mode for a little while. Not a bad recovery hero if you have other people that are doing stuff.
You get him level 6, he's obviously a different hero of sorts with those familiars. So.
Yeah, but he's not going to be able to get anything done because it's going to be a very late level 6. He'll just be able to farm with it. But SVG, a little bit of trouble bottom. They do use the Mirana ulti, but he goes down, call onto Snake King. Doesn't look like he cares about that, though.
No. And he has a Ravage with that soaring if he really wanted it, but
meanwhile, top, though, Resolution just absolutely free farming, even just hitting a tier 1. So that's a 4-man rotation in order to get a support Jakiro kill. Not exactly what you're looking to do on OpTic side there. Like, you kind of have to make moves here because the laning stage got real awkward real quick. But this Clockwork is just so good against the Axe as well as the Naga. Everyone's getting threatened by the movements of MSS.
Oh, pulls in tight on there, but again, quickly walks it up. I'm seeing top lane, too. MSS is up here with that Arcane Rune bottled. So he's hunting for Naga-san.
I love the way he's playing. He knows how impactful his hero is. He buys his bottle and then just runs around the map, chasing after the heroes he knows he can kill. And now Yuar is getting chased into his jungle, contested by a Rubik for CS.
They're going to catch Zai. More than likely, arrows ready to go. Can they land it, jump in the face? There's the arrow in the face. Not the longest done. 3-3 does go down elsewhere.
So 33 got dove, and then Yuar got dove by Rubik and Axe in his own jungle. So quite, some shenanigans going on around the map. You caught 1 out of 3. That's the best you could do when there's 3 simultaneous kills. You can't really catch things that are happening all at once. Where's the multicam when we need it? But, I like everyone's reading what the other team wants to do. SF was forced to retreat to the jungle because that lane matchup snowballed real quick in favor of the Huskar, and so they know the only place he's going to be is either the 2 camps next to his tier 2 mid or the top shrine, and they choose correctly, finding him out there. PyCat goes for the hood. Will he go Vanguard too? I feel like they need the blink, but maybe he just wants to be that frontliner for his team, running into the fight, just enabling his 2 cores to right-click people.
Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier. I mean, he had them both queued up, but could definitely still just get the blink now and then finish Vanguard after, like you're saying. But that'll be interesting to see what PyCat decides.
This is a level 4 Visage jungling. I just want to point that out. That is not good.
He is
and Resolution maybe in some trouble top, gets netted, so he can't leap because he's rooted.
MSS. Oh, the leap happens though before the call, and now they're looking to turn. Actually, they killed off the illusions.
Arrow's gonna hit somebody.
The target Axe, maybe not the prime target. You are in the area, has some races ready to go, and Snare now put up a Clockwork, but he cogs and he's just going to TP. Or he'll be fine. Resolution, did he hang around a little bit too long? Moonlight Shadows. She leaps, she's good.
That's Mirana for you.
It gets away. Huskar did TP in to try to assist and gets nothing out of it. So
this is the power of Jakiro, right? You're pressuring a tier 1 tower with a 5-position hero. 3 points already up in the liquid fire, so he might even take this tower because they were forced to rotate so many heroes on the top lane. So that's overall a great net worth advantage, like going to VGJ.
Oh, Rubik's not going to let him at least get it free. TP in. Oh, Snake King. He's spotted. Hiding in the trees, setting up something middle.
Those level 4 Visage right clicks tickle him just a little bit.
MSS, meanwhile, trying to deal with this Naga Saren.
He's actually so farmed with this Clockwork. He's got a Tranquil Boots bottle.
It's pretty good, and he's trying to get some more farm with the bounty rune. 5 more seconds. That's why he's in the area, and Snare comes out. Oh, the arrow! He dodged it! Great dodge from Pycat. Last second.
I love to see how many fights go on around these bounty runes. They ended up nerfing Clockwork, and I think heavily because of the fact that his cogs were so good at securing bounty runes was what made him so popular.
Gush used for this, Peter Pan Dam. Slowly walking. Oh, okay.
Why not? Honestly, why not? Why not just throw out a Ravage? That Rubic is higher level than the Visage, so why not? He's basically at 3 at this point.
They kill him. They can get the tower as well.
Top lane, Zai's getting ran at.
Clockwork's good at that. Battery assault, cog traps. Zai kind of has accepted for
Tanks
now.
the arrow on Pycat. That was actually really well played. He ran in front of the Mirana to tank the arrow to save Zai.
Did it on purpose. Now he has to run himself, though. But no deaths as a result. Yeah, well played.
But you have this Tidehunter hero, which, and the point of the draft is you just have him follow the Visage around. It's really hard for Visage to force any objectives because you don't do any damage to this Tidehunter. The level 2 Kraken Shell is enough. 24 damage against the, what is it, 30 damage birds? Yeah, so they do 6 damage each. Not that scary. And that is 100% damage block as opposed to like a Stout Shield that's only 50%. So that effectively does remove 80% of those bird damage.
Boom. Helm of the Dominator finished for Tidehunter.
Armlet is done on Huskar. It's on the courier. Not quite flying out just yet. They need this Axe Blink. I hope he goes for Blink instead of Vanguard. They actually need him to be able to close the gap. Oh, the arrow from the Rubik!
Rubik arrow stolen! He tried to get the tower, then he denied the tower, but it went up now. The call gets the kill on Mirana with the Colding Blade. Peter Pan Dam, he will fall, but definitely favoring OpTic at this point so far. Riptide to use on 2 heroes. Zai, he's in a bad spot though. SVG and MSS working together. Dual Breath coming out. Zai possibly dead. If anything, put the burn of the liquid fire. Yes, he will tick down. Trying to walk away. Pycat, he's got multiple spins. I want to say 3 in total right there, thanks to the creep wave. It's cleared out though. Liquid fire on him now. And SVG will continue to run. Battle Hunger, gonna allow him to pursue. Mirana's up in 5 more seconds. Holding Blade wouldn't get the kill at this point, I believe.
Yes, he is under the threshold.
Man, but he is surviving.
This is space.
Moonlight.
Clear the creep wave, hurry!
He's out.
She's actually got Tranquil Boot regen. He's fine.
They may actually go for a turn now.
He TP'd in for this, so they know he can't get out.
Yeah. They missed the scan.
They're gonna see him. Oh, the sentry reveals the Jakiro.
Obviously, he knows out there with the creep wave.
Oh, plants the ward just to give him vision. That's that's a value ward.
Yeah, he's already regen plenty though. On Axe, so I think Axe is final. And they're going back in. Even MSS cuts him off. That's why he gets the Colding Blade though. But he will die for it more than likely.
Not ideal to give him to Jakiro, but you're more than happy to have an Axe that TP top, got chased around for 30 seconds, and then ends up dying.
Yeah.
And this is the pressure that these high-level teams create. VGJ is very good at this. And I think that's really why they got 2nd place in the major, because this is how they function. Snake King takes all the dangerous farm. They play around players like Rezo all the time. And, I mean, Huskar does dump the creep. I don't think that's what he's going for.
That and Snake King, again, he talked about the Kraken Shell, those familiars, nothing. He doesn't even feel it. And now he realizes what's going on. He's got a Ravage too, by the way. Will he hit it? No, he's not going to be able to use it. Got stunned there.
This man is a wall.
Yeah.
Like, they can't, like, he is a moving wall that they cannot contest. And I don't think OpTic can fight this. I think they're just going to slowly get this tower. They have the Jakiro level 4 liquid fire. They have the SF right clicks that already hit for 160 damage. Just in Aquila.
Why do you even try to defend this on? Because, yeah, Ravage is even still ready. It feels so risky.
Where else do they go, right? Where's their play on the map? They could try to push bottom, but none of their heroes are independently survivable. This Huskar Vicious, they both require supports in order to help them push. And at this point, if you don't stall mid at all, then they're just going to walk down mid and take all your towers. So kind of awkward. You can't defend it, but what else do you do? And this is the spot that they're in. And this is kind of why I lean towards the VGJ's draft in the early game, just because this Huskar Visage combo, I feel like both heroes need to have a good start, and that's really hard to pull off.
Huskar did okay, Visage not so much. He just continues to be on the struggle bus, and I don't see that changing anytime very shortly at least. So that means another tier 2 tower. At least in this case, the first tier 2 tower, very likely going to fall.
This Clockwork pick, though, like first round, is having so much impact. I feel like picking these heroes like Axe may be a mistake into this Clockwork. It was the last pick Axe, but he's a hero that just dies the clock, and you saw it happen twice early. I actually had this in one of my games. where we had an Axe in the laning stage, and he just gets wrapped around and dies. And it's really hard to play Axe that way, because you just want to be up in people's faces the whole way, right? And if you just have this 4-position hero that can show up anytime, any lane, suddenly you're getting your tier 3s pushed at 14-50 into the game.
He did go the Vanguard as well, so that blink, it's not going to be a threat for even that much longer. So their initiation obviously lacking, and I mean they have a life break. Tidehunter got half-life early. Again, he still has the Ravage. Can they kill him before he? No, they cannot. The Ravage goes off now. OpTic may have to be a little bit careful. Burning Spears will mention get the kill.
Does not get removed by Kraken, so that is the positive for them.
All right, well, they got the kill at least. A Ravage used essentially does nothing.
That's half of the tier 3's health, though, and Visage may be in some trouble bottom. Clockwork is invis from the Mirana ult. He's going to catch
another Arcane Root.
Why not? The birds will help out a bit, but they have the Jakiro coming in for the follow-up damage.
Ice Path, doesn't have it, doesn't need it. They got the bounty room.
Looking pretty good for VGJ right now.
There, but yeah, Maelstrom just finished, as we're also seeing the procs coming out from Mirana. Looks like I'm guessing a Dragon Lance now next.
And we see SF going for an early Shadow Blade, maybe just directly into the Silver Edge against the Huskar Axe combo. And Visage, by the way, hard countered by Silver Edge.
Wow, yeah, this is going to be a heavy value Silver Edge game. Understandable why he has it queued up.
For anyone who does not know, the Visage passive gets removed immediately. It doesn't only prevent new stacks from forming, but if you have 4 stacks of Gravekeepers and you hit him with a Silver Edge, all 4 are gone.
Oh, wow.
So that hero becomes quite paper when you hit him with that. Pycat forced the TP. Oh, the Centaur creep just stopped him in the top lane. Pycat got his TP canceled by the neutral.
The neutral? They helped with the dominate.
Oh wait, no, he just dominated it. No, it was a neutral, and it would have stopped because there were 5 creeps there, but he actually took it over and did it anyway. That was a sick play by Snake. I didn't realize it looked so natural. Like it looked like the neutral did it.
Pycat, he's still living though. Meanwhile, Peter Pan Am gets picked up elsewhere by Yawar. I don't think Pycat's actually getting out of here.
They're giving him the good old sandwich maneuver. He's got nowhere to go.
Slow and steady death.
This is demoralizing.
Yeah, this is a brutal game for Axe. Pressing that earlier, and again, especially with no mobility tool, no blink dagger. Even 1,000, 1,100 gold even saved up now, so he's getting there, but
you have a Visage lineup with no towers, and that's just not how the hero operates. The games we see Visage win are the games where he's taken like 3 tier 1s by 12 minutes. That is complete opposite of what we're seeing here. Already down by 8,000 net worth early on in this game, 17 minutes still. They're just going to have to hope, honestly, once again, it's going to be similar to the last game we saw with OpTic leading. You're just going to have to hope for VGJ to overextend, maybe blow another Ravage like they did at the base, and get a kill. They're going to end up getting a tier 1 now, but they are going to need these kills to turn into objectives. It's not going to be enough just to get kills. That's their way back in this game. They do have the ability to kill Tide. What item is he building? He has no gold.
Blink.
Full hood.
Oh, what are you
flying out? Yeah, he's going for a blink next, it looks like. This Clockwork being so farmed, though. If he gets that Spirit Vessel at even a decent time, it counters all 3 cores of OpTic.
It continue, I mean, without a blink on Axe, they really just have no chance of fighting. And of course, VGJ Storm is very aware of this. They push yet another objective freely.
They have the Naga sleep to start, but if you sleep the Tide, then what?
Yeah.
That's kind of how I look at it.
TP. Okay, will that work?
Well,
looks like
they needed that kill. I think he might have been able to Song in time, but it would have been really close. And if he used Song and missed the kill, it would have been a complete nightmare. So those are kind of plays that you might just have to go for in a spot like this where you're down by 8k.
Shadow Fiend, Shadow Blade is picked up. Now he's going to the Dragonland. So we mentioned, I mean, he had the Silver Edge, but wants a little more bulkiness.
Yeah, I think rushing Silver Edge may be a little too like antsy. Like you can just get it later. The effectiveness of the Silver Edge is just as good later as it is now.
Uh-oh. Pycat farming up that blink. It might be stalled a bit longer. They have Yawar ready with that Requiem arrow. Not going to come out just yet. This is Star Storm, so no Requiem.
They're scared of possible reinforcements.
They're
pushing them away. They're fine. I like that. Force reactions and get out. Nice discipline. When you're this far ahead, you don't actually need to get kills. You just need to prevent the enemy team from farming. And now 33 is getting ran at, but OpTic making the maneuver all the way from top back towards bottom.
Yeah, slow and steady movement here as the familiar locked in on Jakiro, and Snare will catch Tidehunter. He has a Ravage. This is a life break, but as we've seen before, Probably not going to lead into a kill. Let's see, over pursue, which they still wanted to go with that lift being used in the backlines of the familiars.
Doing about 1 damage per hit.
Yeah, not the best. They actually get killed off. Doesn't even have to resummon. He does. And now OpTic will just simply retreat. Meanwhile, while that's all happening, though, Resolution just pushing and toppling with that Maelstrom. Mjolnir now in the works. I mean, he's going to have a Mjolnir in the next couple of minutes at this rate.
Yeah, he could opt to go for the Mjolnir for farm or something like a BKB, just making himself unkillable. It's his choice. The BKB obviously not quite as good against Axe because the call goes through it. So he is opting to go Mjolnir. He's already purchased the recipe. It's in base, and the bounty runes are going to help that out. Yeah, he's just free farming. Verano with a Maelstrom, quite a fast farmer. Bottom lane, though.
Zip in.
This is the power clock against Naga.
Shot hits die, no chance. Peter Pan also in the area. He too is caught, has an anchor smash stolen. That's not going to save him here. Double kill for Yawar. And let's push bottom, they say. Where they head, VGJ Storm, push another objective again. OpTic Gaming. Is the blink finished yet? No, 2140. He's so close. Still not picked up, so this is 100% a tier 2 tower kill, basically 20.5 minutes. By the team without the Visage. As you were mentioning earlier. So he's finally got his home with the Dominator, at least 1100 gold saved up. So 3-3 is finally starting to find that farm. But also Huskar, he's got the 2 assists, again only 9 kills on total for OpTic Gaming.
Yeah, 33, despite having the core items Vicious needs, he's about tied with the Jakiro of the other opponent of the other team right now. And that is not a feels good, man. And
a triple ancient stack's going to be stolen now. I mean, it was double, they made it triple themselves. So they'll take credit for it. Side of VGJ Storm, and even staking, he'll just head into the jungle, and he feels very comfortable. There's no reason for him to be scared.
His Clockwork bought the bottle and then just handed it off to the SF at this point in the game. He's just walking around with Clockwork's bottle. That's just funny to me.
I saw it earlier. He ended up a double damage rune with it, but yeah, I guess maybe he just kept it at this point.
Yeah, he had a regen rune as well. It's actually helping us farm a lot because SF's really only limited by mana.
I guess they could do Roshan.
They are in absolutely no rush to take any objectives. They're in the stage that we saw OpTic in last game where as long as the other team's not getting anything done, you're okay. So OpTic's the team realizing that this status quo not okay. We're down by 13,000. Time to make something happen. We got this Axe Blink. And they are going to see this Tidehunter, but that is not who you want. But I like the way that VGJ's positioned. They have this Tidehunter walking around like a madman. Can't go on this guy.
Uses that right away. The Solar Crest finish on Huskar. He does this. He splits that up into the Heaven's Halberd.
The technical term for what he's doing, as Kyle has called it, is dangling. Snake King right now. But they're actually going to catch Rezo.
Oh, that's the prime kill. If they make it happen, the stun lockdown, it's going to be enough. Colding Blade, yep, slam dunk indeed.
Mid lane, Huskar going on the Tide as well. The one hero that actually killed Tide, but...
Naga Sleep, I heard.
What?
Oh, trying to chase. They're trying to catch Clockwork the whole time.
They catch the Tide.
Oh, the Tide, it's at the last
Tide
second,
cannot crack a Shell Axe call, which gets it off.
There's the Berserker's call. Macropyre's put down a response taking. Ravage will use it to survive. Yes, he will. At least try to. It hits everyone.
The leap from Rubik, though.
Burning Spears are up on him. Can they get close enough? Nice Yules on Rubik. Prevents it from getting further. Snake King will survive as a result of that Ravage. And a little bit of support. But OpTic finding a slight opening.
That's a kill and a tower. That's what they need.
Yeah.
Sadly, you know, I think they do need like a Roche sometime soon to boot if they really want to make use of this, but BGJ is still ready to fight.
Assess. He's got the angle still if they want to try to find an opening. But no, he will retreat. He's almost got a Spirit Vessel. Yeah, he has a Spirit Vessel coming out, and that's a great item against like a Huskar.
Huskar Axe. It's not amazing against Huskar because he can ult it off, but it's still like, if he ults in, which he almost always has to, and then you Spirit Vessel him, it's quite a disaster for Huskar. Heavily relies on the inner vitality to sustain.
So some hope for OpTic. That's at least a mental boost, if anything. Still down 12,000 net worth, though. Task,
I call that step 1 of like 10.
A long journey for OpTic, but
quite hard to come back this patch.
Yeah.
Because of bounty runes and stuff. Like map control's so valuable that if you're ahead, as long as you're not dying, you just win the game.
Heaven's Halberd will be finished at least if he wants to.
Yeah, it used to be like way back when, probably like start of 7.0. If you were ahead, you had to like try to end the game. Now it feels like if you're ahead, just don't die. And they're going to look to make something happen in the mid lane. This Jakiro's not exactly what they want. He is level 14 though.
Wow.
He's quite farmed. He's actually 6th on the, or 7th on the net worth.
Tidehunter again. They keep just finding him understandably in the front line. Zerker's called though. They are bursting him down. Mentioned no Ravage in response. He gets the pipe off though. Boy, is he a tank. We already knew this, but it's still impressive. Snaky, even to be able to put off on Requiem from a distance, it will take out Huskar as well as Rubik. And now Pycat trying to run away. The Euro connects, so they finally kill Tidehunter, but a massive cost coming to OpTic Gaming. 3-3 is caught in the ice path. He too is going to end up going down because of that. You are in a dominating streak now. Zai, no song either.
That is some tier 1 dangling by Snaky. You just, like, who else are you going to go on when you have this Tide just walking in front of you? And the thing is, you know, they got the initiation onto a target, but not exactly the ideal target. And as you mentioned, the Spirit Vessel, the Huskar ulted in and got Spirit Vesseled. It straight up died to Spirit Vessel plus Macro Fire. That was all that it took to kill him.
Jeez.
And he's the #1 net worth on OpTic. And that's the thing about Huskar is with his ability skill set, he kind of just kills himself naturally. So if you have that little bit of damage to finish him off, it just makes the hero pretty much impossible to play.
Peter's like, all right, they're doing Roshan. I'm going to go take their bounty runes. I mean, he'll get them. Get both of them, I should say. One on his side, on their side.
That one bounty rune is a 900 gold swing.
Okay.
It's 450 one way compared to the other. So him dying nets OpTic gold. It doesn't show the bounty rune.
Yeah, no.
It shows that what did that say? Like 360 he gave up? Like he lost 112 and yeah, about 360. So he actually netted his team 540 gold there.
So worth.
Yeah, there you go.
They used to scan for it too. They actually seen him run over here. That's how they found him in the first place. But solid play from PPD, at least making the best of that bad situation.
If
but
he
still,
gets like a blade mail on Flock, he's like such a. I mean, he's already a nuisance. That Spirit Vessel's ridiculous against the lineup.
You know, he's going Halberd. You talk about countering the Huskar.
I don't mind it. Yeah, I mean, you used to be able to ult off that as well, but now you cannot. You cannot remove a Halberd with anything.
Cannot. Blade Mail on Axe is almost finished. He's the broadsword, so the most successful game for Pycat, but that'll help.
I think both teams are building the right items, but naturally, if you're 15,000 gold behind, it's just hard to play Dota.
And now we are. Oh, that courier, by the way, almost getting paid something on it. Yeah, point booster.
Going for it. He's got it. He doesn't miss. Oh, no misses.
And Rubik could try to transfer it off.
He flipped a coin, called heads, and nailed it. 2 out of 4.
Wait, so whose was that? That was Visage. Okay, yeah, Visage would make the axe. Wouldn't be completed, but he needs 1,000 more gold to get there.
3 birds will now do 12 damage each. Birds. Who's also going Halberd. So they are completely itemizing, saying, we know that if you look at the net worths of OpTic, Huskar is the only hero with a decent game, so we're just going to buy all the items that make his game really hard to play.
That's almost it. They know Zai's in the area. They just simply could not catch him. And he'll
PPD getting chased by SF as well, but just lifts him and pushes him away. But the way that VGJ is playing is they're the sheepdogs, and OpTic is the sheep getting corralled slowly but surely into their base.
You see that Silver Edge. Now is the timing for Shadow Fiend. He's got a BKB even to work with.
Yep, he's got all the survivability he needs, so now he's just saying, I'm going to live and I'm going to hit one of your cores, and that core instantly dies. No way to remove Silver Edge either, so once you get Silver Edged on OpTic, I think obviously Visage and Huskar, for Axe it's like his survivability, or his damage from the spin that's removed, but from Visage and Huskar, they both purely rely on passive for survivability. I mean, I guess for Huskar it's also damage, but I'm sure if you get Silver Edge, the last of your worries is that you're doing no damage.
Some experience gain talent picked up from Visage, so we'll continue the recovery train. He's in the middle of the pack right now on levels. That'll help though. But level 20 on Shadow Fiend, there's that steroid talent. Plus damage per soul. So his right click's getting that much better.
Yeah, I like that choice this game. His right clicks are quite scary to heroes like Huskar. And they have the 2 BKBs on the side of VGJ. What do they have on Tidehunter? They have the Halberd done. I think this is time to go. I don't think it gets better than now. You have the pipe, you have the Halberd, you have the 2 BKBs. You have the Spirit Vessel, obviously been completed for a long time, but I don't think you really need anything else to go high ground. You have the Aegis still.
Yeah.
For how long? We've got about a minute and a half.
Yeah. Seems like a prime spot for Storm to kind of really break into the base, but for now, just clearing out all 3 lanes, kind of choking out OpTic Gaming, really. That net worth lead will continue to rise the situation. Level 20 on Mirana. Picks up the Spell Amp talent. Oh, 50 mana break.
Yeah, if you buy Mjolnir, I guess the spell damage is like it kind of tilts it over the edge because you do have 2 damaging spells, and now you have a Mjolnir ball.
True.
So. I've been seeing more and more Monos go for that.
Level 18 Jakiro. Advantage of that level 10 talent we mentioned earlier. I guess they have Nagasara that can scout with the illusions constantly, but what is that really doing?
You can see the enemy team fast farming twice as much as you.
They're still out there, guys. Just wanted to check.
All the creeps are dying. Yeah, it's just this kind of sad reality. They don't have like this Ember Spirit type hero that can go out and kill creeps, you know? All their heroes require support, and so their option is to either move out of base as 5 or not leave base at all. And that is kind of a sad reality, because if you leave base as 5, you're basically saying we're going to take a fight as 5.
You saw right there, they just also gave up all 4 bounty runes because of that. It's no chance.
That's the thing about the bounty runes this patch is ever since they made it like every 5 minutes and you just get so much gold from them, if you don't die when you're winning the game, the net worth is just going to do exactly what it's doing. How do you see net worth? Okay. I mean, it's just a steady but slow but surely climbing more higher and higher for VGJ.
Yeah. Well, that Aegis is about to, or has he spawned over? Lost that for now. So VGJ Storm not forcing the issue. Frankly, they don't need to. Understandable. Would they? More just choking out on the side of OpTic. I mean, Huskar is finally at least finishes BKB. So I think that's an item that OpTic is definitely just trying to maybe get before another fight breaks out. But I don't know. Can they really still actually move out of their base now? It's 5.
I mean,
but if they don't, I mean,
you have to make that Hail Mary play at some point. They may wait for a certain item. They have the BKB done on Huskar. It's not going to get any better. The longer you wait, the more creeps the enemy's going to farm. You can't let this Tidehunter sit in front of your base like this. You eventually have to go on him. And they do with the Axe Call. They get him, but who's getting who, really? And they're forced to retreat already. Spirit Vessel. Hook misses onto the back of Tidehunter, but immediate disengage.
Yeah, OpTic, it would have been silly to dive in there. Zai throws out the dust. It's running in. They do catch Tide, but...
Got him!
What is that really resulting in? Those familiars, by the way, caught in the ice path, that liquid fire flood. I was talking about that earlier, so even if they were to attack, it's going to be very, very slow. Huskar manages to avoid the arrow. Flying out, but Tide, he's just no reason to be scared again. He's walk up like this, and OpTic want to use their abilities, and well, I guess they kind of have to now. Life break in the face, catches Huskar though with the ice path in response. There's just there, look at the Mjolnir procs.
Even
double triple familiar stud. The Ravage comes out. Huskar, he's not going to survive through that. 50 seconds, he's dead for. No buyback. Nagasara will be picked up. She fights back immediately. PPD though, he's going to be run down. Double kill for Yawar.
It's just kind of inevitable in this kind of game. And that's the one thing I've not been a huge fan of this patch about. There's a lot of things I like, but it just feels too hard to come back. It just feels like, you know, all these teams that are really, they're doing an amazing job, like clinically, of keeping the lead and maintaining it, but like, it just feels so.
You rely on enemy mistakes.
Yeah,
a lot.
It feels so grim. Yeah. You don't have to make plays to win when you're when you're 7K ahead. You just have to not die, like I mentioned, and you've seen that for the last while now. VGJ just playing clean Dota, not dying. You'll be axed immediately to prevent the call. Rezo might be in trouble, hasn't he?
He is dying here. Yeah, BKB is mentioned, but he can't use it because he's locked down the whole time. So they do kill Resolution.
Okay.
Then 30 seconds, chases on, CCC, popping the BKB, avoids the ice path, results putting an auto attacks into Snaking with those burning spears. Meanwhile, Visage going after Clockwork, also pretty tanky target himself now.
CCC's full health though, so he does no damage.
Snake, it's like, hurt me, please.
Top, meanwhile.
Kill Tide. Up here, that's Jakiro. Throwing down the Macro Pyre. He'll be ran up to in the Coaling play to finish the job on him. Macro Pyre even stolen.
Sign of life. Maybe they'll get lucky if that Roche spawns like... When does it spawn?
150.
Not they needed that. They needed it to be like a first-minute spawn, and that could have actually been an impactful. Like, yeah, they get 3 kills, but Tide had no Ravage. He'll have it when he's up. There's no objective to actually get. So, I mean, obviously it's step 2 maybe, but maybe they had to take a few steps back after that first step, so maybe like back to square one, you know?
Yeah.
This is going to be the Roche decider. If they get Aegis on the side of VGJ, I don't see how they lose. Obviously, hard to lose anyways, but OpTic, I believe, is going to try to make that Hail Mary play to fight that Roche.
Yeah, nothing to lose there in that sense of.
Yeah, you can
Down by
see it
so
on their items. Visage queuing up with Vlad's. He's like, I've got 2,100 gold. What am I buying? Vlad's.
Buy what I can.
I get that question sometimes, like, why'd you buy a Vlad's that game? I'm like, well, we had to fight. I had 2,000 gold. It's like the most value item at this stage in the game, and that's exactly what 33 is doing. And they're smoking up. They're ready to go. They are right under an observer ward, though. So, whoops.
Are scanning.
Not exactly what you're looking for.
And it's only 2 heroes. I guess the familiar's thrown in there as well, but it was on the ward, so not going to result in much, unfortunately. Storm smoked themselves, however, now with the Moonlight Shadows. They may be able to find somebody.
I'm surprised their play from OpTic is not around Roche. Like, yeah, they're going to loop all the way around, but I thought they'd kind of just make that Hail Mary 5-man play. I like the way VGJ is playing, right? You just group as 5, don't let anybody get picked off. Your objective's Roche, so you play around top.
Can't find anyone on OpTic side though either.
It's just like there's nothing of significance that OpTic can accomplish until Roche spawns. So if you just sit 5 heroes on VGJ top, it's like, how do they come back? That's the, like I mentioned, that's the one thing I don't like about this patch.
Blocker going to spot the Roche on a respawn. MSS thinking out for his team soon. So will they actually do it? Maybe push out the lanes, make sure they're all pushed in. Bottom being pushed out by OpTic. EPD's down here in fact. Sure to be a bit of a distraction, but they're not going to fall for it. Storm will go back for Roche and do it pretty quickly. You get that cheese and Aegis, and like you're expressing VSJ, it's especially with these items, there's really no way to lose for VGJ Storm unless they take their hands on the keyboard.
Yep, 5-man DC. As you're getting gone on, it takes like 5 seconds to process it, and Tide's already dead.
Maybe.
Not trying to, you know, make a mockery of the game at all. It's just one of those spots where you're just so far behind. This is like, you know, playing basketball, missing a leg. See what happens.
What about that?
Dire's bottom shrine is under attack.
Alright, we're gonna kill the shrine. That's the top one was already killed, right? Yeah, they'll fun. Might as well take an objective here.
Cheese on the Shadow Fiend. He also has Satanic.
Yeah.
So he's basically got 3 lives as long as he doesn't get perma-stunned.
Evolution, FKB, he's also working on his own Satanic. In the bottom lane, the only one that's not pushed in right now, but VGJ Storm is in the other lanes pushed in. Middle lane would be the one to go into most likely.
Tide's going to have a full Shivas and 20 gold. Further limiting the ability of OpTic to kill them. Time and time again, I try to emphasize when you are winning, you just build to not die in this patch. You see that in all the itemization of VGJ. You have the one hero in the Mirana that has a bunch of damage, but even then he has a BKB, and then you give him the Aegis, and your SF Tide. Like those heroes, how do you kill these guys? Halberd, Pipe, Shivas, Satanic, BKB, Silver Edge, Cheese. You know, it's just the easiest way and most effective way to play this patch.
Alright, here's that push. CCNC. BKB's ready to go, of course. As you'd expect, Snaking the one running in. Pycat, he's going to be lifted up, though, with that Berserker's Call. Resolution leaps forward. They want CCNC. Pops his BKB. He starts running, though. Sleep comes out from Zai. Of course, the BKB on Resolution allows him to go after him with the life break in, but he's not taking much damage. That Crimson Card, if anything, as well as the sleep affecting him after the fact. So very awkward initiation right there from OpTic. Still nobody dead. That's the one saving grace, I guess. But the melee racks, they at least have fortification. So OpTic is, if anything, staying alive. Can it be enough, though? Bycat, break effects on him. Hookshot does connect on a Peter Pan Dam. He'll go down. There's the Ravage finally coming out. Huskar to distance, staying alive. Rockcream, though, finishes off Axe. He fights back immediately, as does Rubik, but not going to be the same for Visage. He's staying dead for 80. CCNC slowly walks in, and slowly now walking away, and slowly will tick down to death. Double kill coming up for your War. He fights back immediately, though. OpTic does not want to give up, man. Fighting to the very bitter end.
It's almost like they're playing for TI.
Yeah, they are. That's true. Lift. Playing for TI or not, however, don't think it's going to be enough. CCNC very likely going to be dieback. There it is officially.
5-man DC from VGJ.
That's not going to work.
I try. You know, I was giving OpTic the hope thing. Yeah,
so GG's called the Storm. All right.
Clean Dota.
Step 1. Defeat OpTic Gaming.
Step 2. Play complexity. Beat them. Okay.
That's
so I mentioned that Stan and Flea were one game off of TI last year.
Yeah.
The part of that squad. I know Yawar was on it, but I believe